Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Monday, the 24th of October 2022. In today's Millwall news, we're going to start with this story from the Southern News.co.uk. Millwall goal scorer focused on playing games as the Lions climb up the table. Callum Styles' crucial strike against West Brom was his first goal since the end of August. Callum Styles has had a stop-start spell at Millwall so far. The Hungarian international played regularly, joining the club on transfer deadline day, impressing supporters with his man of the match day. Squad has, as the competition for places heats up. I think we've got a really good group, he said after Saturday's win against West Brom. The older ones, the younger ones with energy and what they want to bring to the table, we've got that kind of balance now with the formation. I think it's clicking, as you can see. We've won 4 on the bounce, and a draw away to Rotherham was a turning point. The results before that weren't too bad. They were just mediocre. Now I think we've stepped on the gas and we've got to keep this run going. That's the main thing. There's a lot of competition for places. That comes in as a big factor where you're battling against other players to try and play. That increases the competition and increases the level of training. We've shown that in games. The 22-year-old scored his first goal for the club as they beat the Baggies at the Den, lifting the ball to the back of the net from Andras Robles-Sam's free kick shortly before half-time, levelling the scores. It came from a slightly unusual position, with Styles starting the match as a right winger, despite being a natural midfielder who prefers to play on the left side. His versatility has undoubtedly helped him to return to the team, although he isn't certain whether it's a good thing or not. Last season I was a bit like that as well, he explained. I played right wing, left wing back, centre mid, left mid, right wing back, and all of that. I can play multiple positions. It depends how you look at it. It could be good, could be bad. I don't know. It's just good to be on a pitch, especially scoring goals and winning games like that. His first half strike helped the Lions to overcome West Brom, moving them up to 5th in the Championship table. Supporters are already incredibly excited by the fact that their side has managed to overcome their poor start. The Styles has claimed that the first team squad remain focused on the job at hand, despite their rapid improvement and run of impressive form. There's a third of the season gone, so there's a long way to go yet. We've just got to keep doing the right things every day in training, put it on the pitch and grafting out results like we did today. Indeed. Just they should be thinking about one thing only, that is the next game, which is at Huddersfield away on Saturday. So now we're going to move on to the Loanwatch, also from Southern News.co.uk first. Alex Mitchell, St Johnstone picked up their first win in 4 matches on Friday night. Alex Mitchell was involved in the first ever Scottish Premiership match to use VAR. St Johnstone won at Hibernian on Friday night, where the hosts came into the game in decent form aside from their 6-1 thrashing at Celtic the previous weekend. It was announced at the start of the month that the technology would be introduced in the Scottish top flight, meaning that the clash in Edinburgh would be the first to use it. Hibernian went 1-0 up towards the end of the first half through Mikola Kukarevich's goal. They were down to 10 men for the final 20 minutes when Carl McGuinness picked up his second booking. Although Mitchell was subbed off around midway through the second half, his side pulled off an impressive comeback to win 2-1 thanks to late goals from Nicky Clark and Steve May. Yeah, I think this happened last week as well. I think they were losing, and when the manager wants to bring on another attacker to start actually trying to win the game around the hour mark, he took Alex Mitchell off. So it is what it is. It worked out because they ended up winning 2-1. In this National League, Chin Okoli played the full 90 minutes of Torquay United's match against Altrincham, which was chosen for live coverage on BT Sport. Goals were 2-0 down at half time, but managed to find themselves ahead with 9 minutes to spare. So they've scored 3 goals with 9 minutes left in the game. The visitors then struck twice to restore their lead. So they, with their 4th goal coming in the 90th minute, so they've gone 4-3 up. But Dylan Crow's 97th minute winner saw them pick up a crucial point that takes Torquay one step closer to moving off foot of the table. So 4-4 there at that game. So Torquay down at the bottom of the table, are they? Oh, I know they've got some serious problems. They cannot field a full squad at the moment. They had a sub or 2 missing in this game. And in the FA Cup game the other day, they had a substitute keeper who could not play. He was just there to make up the numbers. He was no chance he could get on the pitch. So lastly, Joe Wright started for Bath City in their 1-0 win against Cheshunt FC in the National League South, the Romans picked up all 3 points at Tooting Park thanks to Cody Cook's 75th minute winner, taking them up to 5th in the division. Yes, by Bath City doing pretty well. So let's move on to the Loanwatch story from millfc.co.uk. Is there anything extra here? The only thing extra here is the next game's up that they tell you. St John's versus Kilmarnock at the weekend, and then Joe Wright and Chin Okoli will be maybe or maybe not be involved in midweek games away at Eastleigh and away at Havant and Millwall Louisville. So there you go. Moving on to this from millfc.co.uk. The under-21s played today, 2 p.m. kickoff at Swansea City's training ground, and they lost 2-0. And it was another case of Swansea City using some first-team players to bolster their team to try and beat a pretty good Millwall under-21s team. They did. So Millwall under-21s were defeated 2-0 at Swansea City in the Professional Development League on Monday afternoon. So there you go. The Lions are actually unbeaten at home. So they've lost 2 games. They're still in second in the league. We'll get on that. They were both away games, so away at Reading and away at Swansea. So there you go. And the team was Gilmore, Walker, Haddon Maliki, Toboloj, Grant, Arthur Penny, a trialist who played the first half, Alan, Leahy, Abdul Malik, and Boateng. And the subs were SA on 67 minutes for Toboloj, Drozd on 46 minutes for the trialist, and Smith on 46 minutes for Leahy. So we'll get into this match report. Doesn't really give you a lot of information here, so we're going to have to go flip it over and go to the opposition and see what they have to say. So what did they say? Liam Cullen and Cameron Congreve were on the score sheet. Swansea City under-21s continued their strong home form with victory over Millwall at Landor in the Professional Development League. Cullen and Congreve had both featured as late substitutes in the senior side South Wales derby victory over Cardiff, and they were quickly back in action as they were among a number of first-team squad members to get valuable time under their belts. So the 2 goal scorers played in first team's Swansea versus Cardiff game as substitutes on the Sunday, I believe. So I mean, like, what can you do? Like, it's supposed to be an age-restricted game, and they end up putting in overage players because Mill were at the top of the table. And still a results business, even though it's about developing players. You still want to win as many games as you can. So they're being a bit cheeky there, just like Reading were when they played. I forgot his name. What's his name? The geezer they played, the Geordie one. I don't remember, but they played. Reading played a couple of 3 first-team players, and it seems like Swansea did the same. Cullen opened the scoring as he finished from Congreve's fine through ball, for the midfielder rattling a superb strike to double the lead and steal the 3 points. Coaches John Gray and Anthony Wright made 4 changes to the lineup, with Finn Stevens, Armstrong, Ocko Flex, and Raees Mitchell and Harry Jones all starting. The young Millwall side, even though that's a young Millwall side, came into the match in second place in the Professional Development League South table, having won 8 of their 10 league matches this campaign, suffering their only defeat in a 2-1 reverse at Reading last month. Ex-Swansea City striker Kevin Nugent was in charge of the visitors and made 2 changes to their lineup, with captain Besart Toboloj returning in defence, while Raees Bangura-Williams was handed a start in midfield. So here's the thing. So Millwall's match report just says trialist. Swansea, tell us who he is, and that's who he is. Raees Bangura-Williams was handed a start in midfield. So who is that? That's this geezer here. He is an 18-year-old young man, left-footed, creative central midfielder, centre back, 6'1", currently playing at Tooting Mitcham. And he had a trial for Middlesbrough in July, played a couple of games in their under-23s, and went back to Tooting. So Middlesbrough didn't sign him, or he didn't want to go up there. I don't know what happened. But he's plugging away at Tooting. He's Tooting Mitcham. going. He's on Twitter. I don't know if he runs this or someone runs it on his behalf, but seems very motivated, very keen, very ambitious. Certainly trying to get a professional football deal, and why not? Why not? If you want something, go after it as hard as you can. And here he is. This is him on the 19th of October at Prince's Park, Dartford. That's him there taking a shot. He hits the bar, comes back out. Dartford head it back and straight back to him, and he whacks it again. Nearly goes in. And that was his closest he's come for his first senior goal. So there you go. Looks pretty decent, but we'll see. He played 45 minutes for the under-21s today, and we'll see what happens. The Young Swans team, which in front of onlooking head coach Russell Martin. Okay, where do they talk about Millwall? Because I don't really give a shit about Swansea's 21s. The Swans started the second period as they finished the first, full of energy and invention. Cotterill ran at the Mill defence before teeing up Congreve, whose shot went just wide of Gilmore's post. Congreve was not to be denied, though. Moments later, again, he found room on the edge of the penalty area and bent an effort into the top corner to double the Swans' lead. The young Swans almost got a third a minute later as Congreve once again found space from Azim Abdullah's pass, but this time he fired over the bar. A break in play for treatment took place from both sides, disrupted the pace of the game as the second half progressed. Blah blah blah. Carl Smith did test a Swans keeper late on. Former Arsenal youngster producing a fine reaction save. Mill's afternoon was summed up when George Walker fired an effort high over the Swans crossbar when well placed in the final moments. So there you go. So yeah, and there's confirmation there that Raees Bangura-Williams was the player that got subbed off at half time for Seb Dross. So he was the trialist there. And if we go to the table, that sees us here. 2 defeats so far this season, away at Reading and away at Swansea. I believe, pretty sure, that is the first time we failed to score in a game. Yes, it does seem to be the case. That's the first time we failed to score this season. Okay. Here's the table as it stands. Millwall are in second still. Ipswich getting a number of games in hand, so they're only 6 points behind. That's a bit worrying. Cardiff as well, plenty of games in hand. Oh, just a couple too. 18 points versus Millwall's 25. Funnily enough, we play. The next game is against Cardiff City at the Den. It's penciled in for the Den, Monday the 31st. I believe, is that still half term or will the kids be back by then? Don't know. If they're not, maybe you could bring them down to the Den and watch that game. Should be a good one. Yeah, so there you go. Let's have a look here. So let's see what the hell they did, because I think he admits here that they brought in. So here, all of these players that were named. Liam Cullen and Cameron Congreve both featured as late substitutes in the senior side's South Wales Derby victory over Cardiff City the day before, ensured the young Swans recorded their 4th consecutive home win. This is what I've said as well. Like, the first team players will play in a home game at the training ground. They literally got nothing to do. They just walk over and play. So you will get like ringers in quotes to turn up at these games, which is what happened at Reading. Although that was at their stadium, and it's happened here at Swansea at their training ground, which is unfair, but it is what it is. Finn Stevens, Nathaniel Ogbeta, Brandon Cooper, and Armstrong Okoflex also dropped in for the age-grade side to gain some valuable game time. So again, all of those players dropped down into the under-21s to play a part. So that's what's that. 6 different players. Alright, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? Millwall are a decent side, but we made them look ordinary in the first half. In the second half, the game was a little bit sloppy. They missed 2 chances at the end, but I think our performance thoroughly deserved the win. Guys showed a fantastic attitude, as did everyone else. The first team guys dropped in and did really well. No fucking shit, mate. Their work ethic was great and they needed minutes on the pitch. They clocked up valuable minutes on the pitch and they contributed brilliantly to the game. Yes, they won it for you because if you played only under 21s against Millwall, you would have lost. That's a fact. And you didn't want to lose because let's have a look at where are they at? They were at the bottom of the table. Where are they? They were 7th, so they got 3 points today, so they were probably 9th. Yeah, not 8th or 9th. So it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. And on that note, thank you for watching.